Hey Libras, it's your girl Tasha, aka Mama Jim, aka Jim the Butterfly. Hold on, y'all. Let me move my camera back. Oh, we don't want to go that way. We want to go this way. This way. Okay. Hey y'all, it's your girl Tasha, aka Mama Jim, aka Jim the Butterfly. I'm here with your very last week of teen or weekly reading and your monthly general tarot scope. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been liking, sharing, and subscribing to my videos, purchasing readings, hanging in there with me, y'all. I apologize. I didn't mean to not do your readings, but I'm gonna tell y'all, your girl was tired. I needed some rest, and the month got away from me. By the time I thought about doing it or getting up the strength to do it, hell, it was already the middle of the month. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna have to figure out something else. So here we are. So let's just see what we have coming in for you for the very last week of birth. And this is going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, okay? Using the playing cards just to give us a quick synopsis of what this week brings. Ooh, that one's right there. Let's see. Libra. I don't know if that's about Libra, but it told me to take out one extra card. What do you have coming in at the very end of the month? You know what, Libra? I feel like you're ending out on a very positive note. I feel like you're building something. I feel like for some of you, you're building your empire. Some of you may be building a home. Some of you may be closing in the very last week. This very last week of teen, some of you may be actually meeting with home builders to start your plans for your home to be finished with the teen. I feel like for some of you, if you have a business, your business is ending off. Although I'm not talking about a fiscal year. I'm just talking about the progress from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. I feel like your business is it's time for expansion. I feel like that's going to be one of the topics that you discuss this week with co-workers, people who work under you, partners, anybody who you're networking with, marketing with. I feel like expansion is definitely one of the key words that I keep feeling. Okay, it's time to build. All right. So some of you may be trying to get another location. Some of you may be wanting to add in a new product. And it's also, if it's not about business, it's also about family. So some of you be thinking about having another baby in the teen. Some of you be actively trying. Maybe this is your fertile week during the month of birth to try to have a baby. I feel like it's all about family. It's all about stability. It's all about your finances too. But whatever you have is about whatever you have is about making it grow and making it multiply. And what I like about you this week, Libra, as you're ending out teen, is that you have the know-how to do so. You have the know-how, you know that you have the people, you have the knowledge, you also have the financial backing. Okay. And so I feel like you're ending out the very end of this year with the two of I was about to say puppy toe, the two of clubs here. It's all about a planning stage now. So I feel like for some of you, plans have not been solidified. Some of you are in the beginning stages, but you're feeling very optimistic as the year comes to a close, okay? And also for some of you, if it's not about children, you may be thinking about taking your relationship to the next level. All right, let's see what we have going in for teen for the Libras. Oh, those are shot out like that. But that just popped out. I'm gonna let that stay. And that came out. Okay, Libra, so what's up? I'm gonna just put this to the side. Okay, Libra. I hope you guys can see these cards are just like shooting out. And here's another one. Yeah. General. Career. Money. Love. Health. Why? What's going on? Okay. So Libra, let's look at these cards that you have that this was just like shooting out like, yeah, I got something to say to Libra for teen. So let's see what the cards have to say. You have the Lovers in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. New beginnings, okay? It's time for, like I said, for some of you at the very end of at the end of 16, I feel like you're ending on a very positive note. Okay. And where you are starting in 17, I feel like it's telling you to leave all of the foolishness behind, to leave all the poor. Like, I feel like for some of you, if this was some of you now, I'm going to just be straight up with you. Some of you are like newly divorced. And so this is going to be your first full year as a single person, or if you're not divorced, you're ending a long-term relationship, maybe years or more. I'm feeling more 7, but I'll say 7 years or more. So you're very new right now. You're feeling very fresh. You're feeling very tender. I feel like for some of you, you may not be ready for a relationship, but you're definitely ready to get out there and mingle. I feel like for some of you, if this is not about you dating, then you're just ready to fall back in love with yourself. But the one thing out of all of these cards, even though you have the lovers here in reverse, I feel like there's a forgiveness here. There's a sense of forgiveness. There's a sense of closure here. Um, it feels like to something that felt like it had much promise. And so, if for some of you, if you had been, maybe you were newly divorced in teen, and you spent this teen trying to get to know yourself again, and maybe you were doing some dating, I feel like again, teen will be that year for you. It feels like you're coming out. It feels like you are emerging. All right. And there is some type of, like I said, there is some type of closure here. It may not have gone the relationship or whatever this ending was. Maybe for some of you, you're leaving a job and you're stepping out on faith. That's your goal for the 2017, to step out on faith and pursue whatever passion that was. It is for yourself. Excuse me. But whatever it is, I feel like there's a healing process going on. All right. Ooh, okay. So for the general energy, you have the Emperor. Career, you have the 8 of Cups in reverse. And I just want to point this out to you guys. I was going to do it like this with something to note, turn it upside down. I heard they told me to turn it upside down, so I did. Love. Nope. Let's go back. Finances, 4 of Cups. Love. What I told you, death. Something that's coming to an end. Health. 7 of Swords. And while all of this is happening, you have King of Cups, 6 of Wands. Again, you want to be successful, okay? I feel like for Libras, you feel like you're tired of losing. You're tired of losing out. You feel like you're missing out on something. And I feel like all quiet is kept. Like, you're not telling everybody what you're doing. I feel like for a lot of you, you have a master plan, okay? And you're keeping your lips tight, okay? We have 2 kings here. I mean, the Emperor is a king. He's the king of kings, but we have 2 kings here. And so in both of these kings, I mean, with the King of Cups, I feel like he is a king that he can express his emotions, but sometimes he's very tight-lipped. And I feel the same way with the Emperor, okay? I feel like with the Emperor, he is very ironclad. He's very, he can come off he comes off very stoic. He comes off very cold, but it's not because he seems like the type of person to me that doesn't know how to turn it off, like his ability to lead and be compassionate. He does what's good for for everyone. And he realizes it's not just about self, it's about the greater good of all. So I feel like for some of you, that's where you're feeling. That's your mindset for going into teen, that this is for the greater good of all. Okay. I also feel like, though, what that means is for you, that means you're going to be cutting away from certain circles, certain people, certain habits. I see that in health, that's what you're doing. You're leaving some things behind. It's time to get serious. Okay. And so it's not about what you want to do, it's about what you need to do. And that's that emperor energy, because you want to be successful, you want to be secure, you want this emotional peace of mind. And for some of you, I'm gonna just be honest with you, some of you, you're trying to prove something to your father. Okay, whether your father is on this side of the veil or the other side, I do feel like you have this presence around you that it feels fatherly, could be grandfather. You're doing it for this person. It's for you, but it's for this other person as well. You have people watching you, and you're very aware of that. Okay, so it's like, I cannot fail, I cannot lose, I will not lose, I will not fail. Okay. So where you are within career, you have the 8 of Cups in reverse. I feel like for some of you, let me get one more card before I say what I say. Yeah, you are a little stuck. Okay. Some of you may be a little stuck about what your next move is right now. I feel like, and going back to the end of November, like I said, you're in the planning stage right now. Understand, with the Emperor energy here and the King of Cups energy here, I feel more so the Emperor. I feel like there may be a little that you be placing pressure upon yourself to come up with the end goal. Like, I feel like for some of you, you feel like you need to meet, like you're trying to set a deadline. I don't know if you need to do that just yet because I feel like you have more ideas coming in. I feel like more um events need to take place before you make this major decision. I feel like for some of you are just like I said earlier, you're debating about leaving or wanting to leave a job and branch out on your own. Some of you are worrying about, how you're going to make it. Some of you are worrying about, what you're going to do. Are you? I feel like there's like a lot of over analyzing. Let me get one more card. Yeah, you're not allowing things to flow. Okay, so just be aware of that in career. So I feel like also in career that some of you, um, certain processes. No, I'm not gonna say processes. I feel like for some of you, what it feels like is you're trying to overcompensate. Like it feels like you're trying to hide something, and because you're trying to hide it, you're trying to overcompensate for it, or you are like I feel like for some of you, and it's not going to apply to everybody, but I feel like somebody like you are utterly unhappy at your job, okay, and you're trying not to show it. But I feel like for some people, your facial expressions, like you cannot help but show your dissatisfaction for how things are going, or just for where you are. Like I really feel like you want to be any place else but there, but you feel stuck right now. Okay, some of you feel stuck by your own devices. Some of you just feel you just literally feel stuck. Maybe you're in a contract. That I feel like that's part of the reason why this emperor comes out. You're doing what needs to be done, not what you want to do. And this is the face that you have. You may not be able to see it very strong, but he has a very stoic, stern looking face. People come up to you, and it's not that you're it's not that you're not a friendly person. It's just that I feel for some of you, you're just not happy right now. Especially if this is you working for somebody else. Because I feel like a lot of Librans this year, this is going to be your year to branch out, to be on your own. So if you are not a person who likes that routine of 9 to 5 and working for other people, because some people like that and some people don't. There's no judgment, but I feel like I'm talking to the ones that don't like that. I feel as if it's going to be a struggle this year. This year is going to be a do or die type of year for you because you can't fake the funk any longer. All right, so I'm gonna just get off of that. Moving forward, and before I say that, it's because you know that some of you can run circles around your manager or whoever you work for. It could be the CEO, whoever it is. You know the job in and out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for you, you just have to get your confidence up to be able to step out on faith and to know that you can handle this and you can do this on your own. Um, just wanted to say that. Anyway, moving on to finances again. With the Four of Cups, sometimes there's about it can talk about dissatisfaction or boredom, and I do feel like there's a level of boredom here. But I feel like with this guy, he's just kind of sitting here thinking. He's sitting here thinking, like, what can I do? Again, and I don't always go by textbook. I go by what I feel and what I see on the cards. And what I feel for Libras this month is that it's kind of like you're thinking of a master plan. You're trying to figure out exactly how you're going to move. Because like I told you at the end of December, you're making plans. You have choices right now. And you realize that. And I feel like for some of you, you're taking a break when it comes to finance. You kind of not taking a break, but you're slowing down because you really want to make the right move or the word that comes the phrase is most educated, but it's not most educated. I feel like it's the one that feels more comfortable with you. It's going to be more doable for you. Um what I will say to you is make sure that you're accounting for all aspects, whatever you're planning. Make sure you account for everything because I feel like there's something that you may not be accounting for. Or on the flip side, be aware that even though you feel as if you don't have enough, you actually have something there waiting for you. All you have to do is look up. Okay, so be careful about having feelings of depression or feeling as if you don't have enough or feeling that you don't have enough information or you won't be able to make it because I feel like you will. Okay, you just have to be able to. I feel like this is the month for ingenious ideas of how to move your money, how to manage your money, what to do with your money, how to invest your money. um some of you just be upset that your money you don't have as much as you thought you would in February. Maybe you had to take a little had a little plunge, but I feel here regardless there is something being given to you, okay? There's a hand here. There's something being gifted to you, okay? Whether this is idea or actually a cup full of money, a cup full of whatever, something's being gifted. It could be a financial gift, okay? Some of you, again, like I said, you may be struggling with putting your finances together, but you will have help in the month of February. Love, need I say more? Death. Okay. Now, again, death does not necessarily mean that there is an end to a relationship, although I do feel for some of you there is. I feel like for some of you, your relationship be entering a new phase. Whereas, looking at these four cards here with the lovers in reverse, the pentacles in reverse, three of swords in reverse, and the ace of cups, I could say, and I'm going to say that for some of you, you may be moving. If this is a relationship, a marriage, or a committed relationship, you're entering a healing phase. Somebody could have had a baby, an outside child. Somebody could have cheated, and you are deciding, you or your mate have decided to stay and weather this thing out. Okay, have been a rough year for you, but you guys are determined to move into a more positive space within your relationship and try it again. Okay, again, if that does not apply, some of you may be actually thinking about having a baby. The concern here maybe you've been trying multiple times here. I can see that too. Some of you have been trying multiple times, but you're not letting that get you discouraged. Also with death, I'm going to say too that for some of you, especially if you are in a committed relationship, the tone that you use with your partner is going to change. It's going to become more softer. It's going to become more compassionate. Okay, I feel like your relationship is going to deepen. 17 starting the positive changes will start anywhere. That doesn't mean that it's going to go straight up the hill. For you guys will have ups and downs, but I feel like you're starting off in a very good note. Okay, you're letting bygones be bygones. You realize what, you have to let some things just go if you intend to be with this person. If you are single, I feel like again that you are learning to love yourself. You are on this quest to let go of this like, if you've been thinking that being single is like a death sentence for some of you, I feel like you're going to enjoy your singlehood. I feel like for some of you, you're going to enjoy your singlehood, not just a teen, but in this month of February, I feel like you will be able to get out and have a little fun. Let me get one more card. Yeah, you have decided I'm not gonna be a wallflower anymore. I'm not gonna be a sitting duck. I'm gonna just get up and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do something. Love it. Moving on. Health. Health, I feel like within your health sector, again, you are leaving certain things behind, maybe some bad habits. This is that time, New Year's resolutions for a lot of people. The one thing I can say about you, I feel like somebody's doing something in hiding. I feel like somebody is sneaking. Now, what I will say for some of you are actually contemplating surgery. Some of you are contemplating maybe weight loss surgery, maybe some type of cosmetic surgery. I feel like some of you are traveling, could be traveling to it could be to a retreat, it could be to get some type of medical treatment. Some of you be getting a second opinion. You cannot tell other people this. I feel like for some of you, you have a diagnosis that you do not want to share with other people right now. Okay, be careful too, Libra, because this is going to go either way. Be careful, especially those in sexual relationships. Be careful, because I feel like for women, and it could be for men too, please get to know, and this should be a given, but I'm gonna tell you guys anyway, please get to know the person that you're intending on sleeping with or you're sleeping with. Because when I discard, sometimes it depends on any other cards around it, can indicate deception. And this is in your health section. I'm getting a strong feeling that somebody is deceiving someone. Okay. And I feel like it has to do with a sexual relationship. Now, before I say that, I just got another message. I'm getting a lot of things for you guys, Libras, today. That some of you may find out that someone has, like I told you, somebody's hiding the diagnosis. It could be you, or somebody could be hiding it from you. I feel like somebody knows that they're sick and they not be telling you. Okay. Um, for those in a sexual relationship, I feel as if definitely, you gotta know this person who you are talking to, and it could go either way, male or female. Because I feel like it feels like they know something and they're not saying anything. So be careful. Make sure if you have any issues, make sure you go get checked on that, guys. And I hate to have to like tell you this, but you definitely need to make sure that if you don't want to have children, please do not trust. It feels like somebody just feels very sneaky. Please do not trust what the young lady is saying that she is on birth control, especially if you and this person have had discussions about not having children. I feel like there is energy here for somebody to get pregnant this month. Okay. And if you're not intending that, and it could go either way, ladies, make sure you can check. You have to put I'm gonna put a parental advisory thing on this this video. But women, please make sure that the condom is on if that's what you're using, if that's what you're choosing to use with a particular person, because I feel like somebody's gonna try to, put a little okey doke on you. Make sure if you're going out to the club from single people that you carry your drinks with you. I just feel like somebody's trying to pull a wool over your eyes, babies, and I love y'all, so I got to tell y'all again, don't get caught slipping. You gotta be on top of everything, okay? So wow, that's interesting. Um, let's see what we have going into for your self-care behavior cards. What's this say? Boom. Reflect. Just how he's doing with his finances. And, we are into the time of Mercury retrograde. Mercury should be going direct, I think. But remember, we do have, I hope I'm quoting that date right. If I am not, please forgive me. We do have that post shadow period that lasts about 2 weeks. So after the 8th, so essentially the majority of where you be feeling this Mercury retrograde energy. So this is a perfect time for you to sit back and reflect about where you're going. Okay. On the back it says, keep your eyes open. Joy lives in small places. What did I tell you guys? Look up. You got to look up and pay attention, because I feel like you have little small blessings around you, especially financial blessings, but you have to keep your eyes open and be astute to what's going on and observe it within your surroundings. All right. To be able to see these things. What else can I see in this self-care? Again, reflect. Again, going back to this, because this troubles me. Reflect on the person that you're dealing with. You got to know, because you're sharing your body, you're sharing your energy. Now, again, I'm going to go back to this again, because it's nagging me. This not even be a sexually transmitted disease, guys, or this not be an unwanted pregnancy or unplanned. I'm not gonna say unwanted, but an unplanned pregnancy. Um, this could be someone that just has some nasty ass juju on them. They got some bad energy on them. Okay, so before you before you lay down and exchange energy with people, sexual energy with people, please make sure you know this person, you know what this person's about, and you have a good feel for their energy. Because when you have sex and you pick up this person's energy, and I know Libra, y'all are very sensitive to energy. Be careful about energy vampires. Okay, check it. Look at this yellow. Check it. See, when you're around this person, see how you feel when you leave this person. Does your energy drain? Do you feel drained after being with this person? Do you feel tired? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel worse than you did before when you were with them, but yet they walk away and they feel better after they've been with you in whatever capacity? Check your auric field. Okay, be mindful of your energy and the energy that you're putting out and the energy that you're receiving around certain people, because I feel like for some of you, you're around a person that's taking way more than they're giving. Okay, so again, keep your eyes open. So I love you guys, because again, there's time for work and there's time for play, and we do not have time to have play take over for work. Okay, there has to be a balance in the month of where you're trying to get where you trying to go. So guys, I love you. Take care of yourself. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.